average, we've calculated based on the clients we've worked with, most of them have lost at least 5,000 francs to these policy providers. Hello and welcome to Swiss Money Coach. Here we talk about how you can save money, invest, build wealth. We equip you so you can attain financial freedom here in Switzerland. So thank you for joining us today. I just want to continue the conversation about 3A pillars here in Switzerland. In the previous video, the first series I started about just the entire pension system in Switzerland, and then I focused on the second video on the 3A pillar. And now I'm going to talk about what the best provider is, or who the best provider is. So when it comes to the 3A pillar, this is actually one of the places where a lot of people lose money. And I'm talking a lot of money. Because depending on the policy you choose and which provider you choose, it will determine the outcome of your money and what your money goes to. Here is what many people do not know. A lot of the providers in Switzerland, think of the big names, AXA, Pax, Swiss Life, and your banks. A lot of the investments you make in the first 2 to 3 years, depending on the policies that you choose, actually goes to them as fees. And then if they don't take the fees in the first 2 to 3 years, they take it as a management fee over the lifetime of your investment or your policy with them. So some of them will charge, management fees like 1.75 or 1.5 or 1.2 or 1% or something. So if you think of some of the big names like UBS, Post Finance, and all of them, they all charge over 1% management fee, and that can amount to tens of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of your investment. So you are either paying immediately. Like if you think of names like Generali or AXA or Swiss Life, you most likely be paying immediately. So I went through that with Swiss Life. Like my wife and I, we paid, and when we tried to cancel it, we didn't get a lot of our money back. And I've spoken to people, I know people who've lost the first 2 years of their investment or the first year, and this amounts to thousands of francs, for you. So you are paying this money and it's going to them as fees, and it's not actually working to build, your wealth for you. So I really encourage you to take a look at it. In fact, I'll tell you that by the end of this video, call your third pillar provider. Call them to find out what your policy is, calculate how much you've invested into it, and then calculate how much they've promised you. You will see that there's a huge chance that you've lost a lot of money. This still happened yesterday with one of our clients who's lost about 6,000 francs, and it's happened with lots of clients. In fact, on average, we've calculated based on the clients we've worked with, most of them have lost at least 5,000 francs to these policy providers, and that's not just over a long period of time. That's just within the first 2 to 3 years that they've lost, and that's money that if you compound it over 10% over your lifetime, that's going to be a lot of money. So now in trying to choose which provider is going to be the best for you, there are 5 parameters you could use. The first one is fees, because it's the most important one, right? It's how much they are charging you to use them. Okay, that's number one. The second one is the exposure they have to the stock market. And the third one is how diversified their portfolio is, or your portfolio is going to be with them. Are you exposed to a complete diverse, portfolio of different stocks, global stocks, international stocks? And number 4 will be the coverage or insurance that you get in addition to, having this policy. And number 5 will be the ease of using them. Okay, some of them are completely digital, whereas others are not. They have to be with the bank or an account somewhere. So you only get statements of accounts every couple of months or every year or every month, depending on what you choose. So that will determine the ease of using them, right? So if we go across these 5 main parameters, so the fees, the exposure to stocks, the diversified portfolio, the coverage or insurance, and the ease of use, you'll find that a lot of the big names out there and their products for you, their 3A products, and we're only speaking about 3A here, their 3A products are actually not very good for you. In fact, on average, if you take all of them combined together, both the low ones and the high ones, you are paying on average over 1% in management fees. So if you take any of the ones you know, whether it's Generali, whether it's Pax, whether it's Swiss Life, whether it's UBS, Credit Suisse, or Post Finance, you will be paying a lot of money to them. Most of them don't offer a global exposure to stocks. Most of them are expensive. Most of them don't give you a large, exposure to the stock market. Most of them don't give you additional coverage, or you're paying a premium for the coverage or insurance that you get with them. And most of them are not very easy to use. So we've done the work for you, and we've come up with the two best ones you could use in Switzerland. You can take our words for it, or you can go do additional research. We recommend that you go do additional research, but you'll find out that what we tell you today is very, very true. The best in all of Switzerland is VIAC. We are not affiliated with them. We don't make any money by talking about them. So we don't have any reason other than to give you the best information to help you attain financial freedom, to help you build wealth, to save you from being ripped off by many of these companies. The best one is VIAC. Why? First of all, the management fee is very, very low. It comes out between 0.49 to 0.52, so roughly about 0.5%. That is very, very low compared to the others. Some of them are very, very high, like 1.5 or more. So number one, it's very low for the fees. Number two, you can get a lot of exposure to stocks. You can choose your strategy. If you want to invest over a long period of time, you can say, okay, I want 100% global exposure. So that's 97%. They allow you to be exposed to the stock market. And number three, the global exposure as well. They allow you to invest both in Swiss stocks and in foreign stocks. So you can build a portfolio that is 100% global, or global 100 it is called, which exposes you to a lot of the entire stock market, and you can build wealth over time. Number four, they offer a lot of additional coverages. Like, it is really, really cool. They have like free death or disability insurance attached to it, which you're not paying for. They just attach it for you. And lots of people pay for this additionally, but you get this for free with them. And here are a few other reasons why we actually recommend VIAC. They also give you this ability to pledge your entire 3A to your mortgage as your mortgage down payment if you want to get a house down the road. So let's say you've been investing with VIAC, and you want to buy a house of 1 million francs, and you have 200,000 with them. You can just pledge all of that. You don't have to withdraw it. You pledge it, and you can just get your house just like that. That is a fantastic opportunity. Now you don't need to bring 100,000 cash plus 100,000 from your 3A or anything. You can just pledge your entire 3A without withdrawing it. So then having this mortgage, service attached to it just makes it so much easier for lots of people, because we know lots of us want to own a home here in Switzerland. It's really nice to do it. It's expensive, but it's reachable. If you plan rightly, you can get it, and it gives you additional peace of mind. But VIAC has gone an additional step to say, hey, instead of you trying to save more money on the side, just have all of this in the stocks in your portfolio with us, your 3A pillar, and then you pledge that, right? So you can begin to contribute to them. The maximum is 6,803 a year as of right now, 2022. And when you reach the down payment you want for a house, you just easily get your house. It's very, very nice, and they offer very good interest rates on your mortgages. So besides that, they are also one of the easiest platforms to use. In fact, all you need is your ID, 8 minutes, and your cell phone. You can easily just open an account. I've never seen something so simple. It's so straightforward. Now, yes, I'm selling this to you quite a lot, but I don't make any money from this. No joke. I'm only telling you this because it's what I use, it's what we use as a family, it's what lots of our clients use, and I've never had one negative complaint from them. Not one. All the others that they've used, whether it's Generali, whether it's Swiss Life, Alliance, doesn't matter. They pay too much money and then they find out later that they lose money. So like I told you at the beginning of the video to call your provider, I would recommend you do that again. Call them and find out whether we're telling the truth or not, right? And you'll find that it's very, very true. Especially if you have one of those insurance plans with them, like it sucks. So when you want to choose what the best third pillar is for you, it's often best to just stay with VIAC. Don't try to go to one of the banks because they're very expensive. Now, VIAC is supported by two banks, VIA Bank and Credit Suisse, but they are exceptionally good, and the support they get from them is insurance coverage for your portfolio, for your policy with them. So they are backed by these two banks, which is very, very good. So I highly recommend VIAC for you. Now, if you don't care so much about all the additional benefits, you just want a very simple, policy provider, 3-year policy provider that is also very, very cheap, then frankly is a second choice. They are good. They're just like VIAC, very similar prices. However, they don't offer some of those additional things that VIAC will give to you for free. And who wants to go to a party and just have a little bit of food? You want a buffet, right? You want as much as possible. That's why VIAC is the best. We highly recommend them. Do your further research, check about this, compare it, go on their website, call your provider, your current provider, and find out how much your value of your policy is. Do these things and then you will see that they are indeed the best choice for you. And you can easily transfer. If you are using another one, you can transfer to VIAC and begin to save and build wealth for you and your family. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll show you. We can walk you through some of these steps. If you want to know how to set up your account, we can also show you how to do that. But don't also forget that we have a free training, a masterclass right now that is out, that shows you how to begin to make your money work for you. The link is below, so click it, join it. It's a very, very power-packed video and training that will show you exactly what you can do to begin to make your money work for you, so that you don't spend all your time just working for money, but money can begin to become your servant, your employee, going out there multiplying and bringing the rewards back to you. So thank you very much. Have a very good day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.